Right, welcome back to the channel, new video. Range Rover repairs. Today I've got a ball joint that needs replacing on this side, but what I've also just noticed, I knew I needed brake pads, but I've not long had them done, and I've had a new caliper on this side. As you can see here now, I'll show you, I've got no pad left on the inside pad and the outside pad's full, so I've got uneven wear on the pads now for some reason. The only thing I can think of is it's sticking. The caliper must be sticking, because like I say, I've got full pad on the outside and none on the inside. I don't know if you can see, look in there, can't see very well, but I've got no pad. Let me get my light on, I'll show you. See there, look, full pad, and on that one I have got no pad left, and she's on the wear sensor already. Bit frustrating, you see it? So that needs sorting, but I've not long had them done, and a new caliper on this side as well. But today I've got to get my ball joint off. I hate doing these. This is a job not for the faint-hearted. If you want to take on one of these jobs, be mindful that it is not an easy task. It's the rust and the corrosion, they just do not like coming off. But I will give it a go, and you can all have a watch and laugh at me trying to get this thing off. But they are horrible. I hate getting them off, and they don't like coming off. I'm about to do this twice on this, one on each side in the past, but there we go. Right, this is the bit that's hard. I haven't got a ball joint splitter, but you've got to try and split. Now that from in there, and it's almost impossible. Almost. Let me try and swizzle you down so you can see. Can you see there? Hopefully you can. So here is what I've just took off. I just took that nut off there. You've got to get that off there and then undo these two and try and get the ball joint out. But splitting that, it's a nightmare. So I've got a couple of tricks, and I'm going to see if I can use a few tricks and get it off. Right, won't be a minute. Right, this is what I use. Me concrete breaker is the only thing I've got that gets anywhere near close getting them off. So I'll try and put you in a place where you can see, and yeah, we'll have a go, see if we can get it off. As you can see, that makes light work of them. If I can get it off though. But that has done it, I think. Nearly. Very nearly. Hammer now. Get a hammer on that, should come on. I have spent hours and hours on these in the past. Ball joint splitters, you name it, never come off. Best thing I've found is that concrete breaker gets anything off. Yeah, nearly. What I've got to do is move this and try and get it off. It's split though, that's the main thing. Just trying to line it up with the threads. There we go. Right. Yeah. Just double checking my axle stands are still in place, which they are. And my wheel over there, look. Now, the next thing really is to get that out the way slightly. I could take it off, but it's a pain. Undo those two and use the breaker again to try and get that ball out of there. I don't know if you could see any of that. Yeah, so get that out of the way and then get that ball out. Give it a bit of a clean and it might come off. Let's try that. Dear, oh dear. Right, I need a spanner. Right. I need both hands here on a foot. Foot to hold the spanner on, and then another foot to move that, and both hands to steady myself. There you go. Oh. Get out of my way. There we go. See, by loosening that off, only slightly, I've managed to drop that out my way now, look. So now, I can work down here. So these, if I remember rightly, are star funny looking things. These sort of things. Oh, it isn't that one. Aha. It is a T50. This is just brake cleaner. Just spray a bit of brake cleaner on it. Goes in there. That goes in there. There we go. They went too tight actually. And then now a bit of lube. Nothing major, just a bit of silicone spray. Like I say, that I have done these before, so you know, I kind of know the process now. But they're not for the faint-hearted. Like I say, they're really horrible to work on. They do not like coming out. There we go, just about got in that one. There it is. Being careful not to damage this, because on here these things rust like hell. I've got washers on mine just to keep them, because they hit your brake disc, they rust through and bounce about, and so you've got to be really careful not to damage them. Yeah, I think I'll have to get a new car soon, you know. It's not long just done an MOT though, it's passed. This was one of the pulls on it. That would, see, that's not even that bad. That is not bad, but when I'm driving 70 mile an hour on a left-hand bend, she starts to wobble. But that really isn't that bad. But I'll put a new one in it anyway. And yeah, see, that's pretty much exactly the same as I've got in there. A bit annoying. That movement I've got there is almost the same as what I've got there. But now the hard bit, getting this off. Same again, bit of brake cleaner. Just try and clean it off a bit. And then get my breaker back on that now. And hopefully, what I'm going to try and aim for is that little lip there. Land on that lip and just get it moving. As soon as you've got it moving, it's half the battle. If I had a smaller one, it'd probably be a bit easier, but because I haven't, this is a bit heavy-handed for this job really. But if you had a little, just a little drill, do you know, like a drill with a hammer, you'd probably almost, you'd be nearly there really. Anyway. Twat. Oh dear. Oh, I just need something to kneel on. That will help. Not yet. Dear. Nearly. I use my wheel to rest it on. Voila. That was actually really not too bad. I've had them be really worse than that. I've been dreading this job for days. But that was pretty easy. I have had these out fairly recently though, they're not that old, a couple of years. And that one doesn't feel too bad, actually. But it's done, you know. See, all the rubber's perished and it's done really. But yeah, concrete breaker, that's what I use. Just about gets them off. Right, what I'll do now, clean all that up in there. There's a little hole there now, so I clean all that up, get some emery in there, clean it all up. Get some grease, grease all this one up, put it back in position, and use the 2 bolts and nuts to pull it in square. And that's what I will do, and then put it all back together again. Right, I'll get some grease. I usually use copper grease on these, but I haven't. I've got multi-purpose bearing grease. My other grease is in my unit, so this will do for now. There's a load in here somewhere. Oh, it's mad how grease changes with the weather, isn't it? Real thick, that is, which is good. Don't be shy with the grease, it'll come off anyway. As you poke it in, get a good bit of grease on there. Just helps it in. Well, as I say, you don't want to go in dry, do you? Be chafing. Right. Right, what you do now is get that in there. Like that. Get a bit of grease. So I copper grease these last time, and you can see they're quite clean still. Just give them a little wipe on my trousers there, like that. Chuck one of them in the grease. Just get a bit on. Like that. And then locate the hole, which is there. Same with that one. Chuck a bit of grease on them. Move out to there. Try and find the hole. There's not much left on them. Keep an eye out for that. But I shouldn't have to change this again in my lifetime. It should be good enough. Just take that in gently. Right, as that's tightened up a little bit, do that one. Right, what you want to do now is do them like you do in a cylinder head, a little bit on each one. And it'll just pull it in straight for you. You see all that grease coming out now, look. That's why I was saying, don't be shy with the grease, get plenty on there and it'll find its way out anyway. There we go. That's tight. Just do the same with that one. Find it, just nip it up, make sure it's tight. Oh, I've just rounded that one. Right, bit of grease on the threads, give that a bit of a wipe round, just stops any rust developing on there, even though it'll start anyway. Right, next job now is getting that back on there, which isn't too bad. Same process, grease that up and use that to take it on, and it will find its all. Same again with this, loads of grease around here, and the next person who comes to take it off, if it ever does come off, will thank you for it. Loads of grease on there, some on the threads as well. Like I say, this isn't copper grease, but grease is grease really. That copper stuff is good though. Same again, bit in the hole. Yeah, a bit in there, like that. Right, and you start her up now. Turn my wheel back straight so that lines up, and it should go on. Right. Right, so I've tightened that up now. Tighten that up. That's all back on. I don't know if it filmed because I wasn't watching, so that's all back on, nuts tightened up. The only thing left now to do is put my wheel back on, and she's pretty much finished. But brake pads, I'm going to have to look at them, get them sorted. Well, I need to order a set of pads straight away because they need looking at, but I want to know why it's eating it way on the one side rather than even. So I think this is sticking. But this is a new caliper, this side definitely had a new caliper, but I don't know why. It must be me runners or something is not allowing it to swivel, so it must be pushing in on that one pad and not letting it go, if that makes sense. So it's, as I'm driving along, it must be just eating the pad away. Bit annoying because they're literally less than 12 months old. New brakes, new pads, but the back doesn't seem too bad. Anyway, that's a ball joint replacement and change on a Range Rover L322. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch us on the next one.